Josh Huff. The 68 is Corbin Robinson. 21 is Josh Robinson. 57 is the Sizzler, Mr. Blaze Bacon. XX1, Justin Riley. And the 9C is Gavin Root. We're going 8 laps around Midvale Speedway. This is our first compact heat race of the evening.
Week number 7 of the 2023 racing season, brought to you by the Ohio Solar Connection here on Father's Day weekend. Thank you once again for spending your weekend at Midvale Speedway. Hopefully everybody has a good Father's Day tomorrow. Hopefully your kids take you out to eat. I heard a rumor that the average spending on dad this year is over $100, so just saying. Getting ready to go green, Brent Schreffler, Taylor Mazzolini, greens in the air.
As they come around for the first lap, it's Brett Scheffler at 24 in the number 1 position. Jeremy Salinger second, and Corbin Robinson is in that number 3 position.
Brent Schreffler still out in the race lead. Jeremy Salinger second. The mean bean, Corbin Robinson right there in the 3rd spot. The Sizzler Blaze Bacon 4th. Halfway home, 4 in, 4 to go.
This time we'll be coming in on lap number 5. Lap number 5. Brett Scheffler, Jeremy Salinger, and Corbin Robinson are your top 1, 2, and 3.
So get ready. We will have the 25th anniversary question, compact question, coming up after this heat race to win that Lincoln's Rustic Lemonade. A gallon sitting up here ready to go.
Okay, we got 6 laps in. As they come around turn 3 and 4, the white flag will be coming out this time. Brent Scheffler, Jeremy Salinger, and Corbin Robinson, top 1, 2, 3. Okay, as he comes around turn number 4, it's going to be Brett Scheffler, Jeremy Salinger, Corbin Robbins, and the Sizzler, Blaze Bacon in that number 4 position, and Gavin Roop comes in number 5. As he comes down to victory lane, ladies and gentlemen, have a big round of applause for car number 24, Mr. Brett Scheffler.
New Philadelphia, Ohio driver in the Big Mike Scheffler Tuning, DA Priceless Bully Camp, DLP Commercial Maintenance.
The 5, Tabby Stuber. 23, Brett Irwin. Caden Scott in the 62. And then the 72, Steve Feaster. Steven.
Alan Clark out to the early race lead. Bethard's on the outside, digging in that high lane. Lap number 1 to Alan Clark.
Coming in on lap number 2, it's going to be Alan Clark, Andrew Bethans.
Tyler Harmon going to look on the outside of Alan Clark. Going to tuck back in behind. 3 laps complete. Clark still your leader. Cameron Walker, Tyler Harmon behind him.
We'll be coming in on lap number 4 this time. 4 in, 4 to go in our second compact heat of the evening. Alan Clark, our leader, Tyler Harmon, and Cameron Walker.
Compact's running first because their B feature going to be before intermission, before the parking lot drags tonight. Going to try and change up the schedule just a little bit, see if we can keep that moving. Also going to have a time limit on the B feature moving forward. So I think that's a great call by track officials as well. Great battle for the race lead. Tyler Harmon to the outside of Alan Clark. Cameron Walker right there. And Caden Scott moving up on the outside of the 5 of Tabby Stuber for 4th.
That was lap number 6. We got 2 laps to go. Alan Clark, Tyler Harmon, and Cameron Walker. Now on the inside, looks like Cameron Walker wanting that number 1 position for the 429. Coming in on lap number 7, the white flag's out, and it will be Cameron Walker, now your new leader.
Final time off turn number 2. Alan Clark trying to battle back in the high lane. Here comes Caden Scott and Tabby Stuber. Leader out front, Cameron Walker off turn number 4. Heat number 2 to Cameron Walker. Alan Clark second, Caden Scott third, Tabby Stuber 4th, and Tyler Harmon rounding out the top 5. Again, your 25th anniversary compact question. When did I race in the compacts? Come up and tell me what year. You get a gallon of Lincoln's Rustic Lemonade.
As he comes down the victory lane, ladies and gentlemen, let's have a big, big round of applause for car number 429, Mr. Cameron Walker.
New Philadelphia, Ohio driver in the Duncan's Diamonds and Gold, Jake Seamless Spouting, Pangrazio's Pizza, Wagner's Tinning, and Matco Tools by Kyle Bibby, sponsored 429 of Cameron Walker.
Okay, 37X is Jacob Keller, 19 AJ Andrews, the 42 is Damon Andrews, the 085 is Jordan Greathouse, the 04 Mike Stringer, 3L Justice Lenars, 84 Scott Whitten, the 9C Chris Bettler, and the 162 Tyler Scott.
Getting ready to go green off of turn number 4. Keller and Andrews.
Okay, as they come in on lap number 1, it's going to be Jacob Keller, AJ Andrews, and Damian Andrews. Great battle up front.
Andrews still digging in the outside lane. Keller, your race leader. Brother Damian Andrews there as well. Remember that 19 car a couple of weeks ago, upside down in turn number 1. Still out there racing. Now dropping back into that second spot. And a little contact there to Keller and spinning around the 37X in turn 4. Caution on the speedway.
We got caution on the track at lap number 2.
Stringer in the 04, raced on dirt several times. We called him Flipper down at 250 Speedway because he was upside down more than he was on all 4 wheels. Just kidding, Mike, just kidding. But Mike Stringer, I believe that here at Midvale Speedway, the whole family had the 01 to the 09 all covered by the family members in cars here at Midvale Speedway. So pretty cool deal seeing Mike Stringer back at Midvale Speedway competing in the 04 compact.
Okay, white flags coming out this time. Lights out. As they come around turns 3 and 4, we'll be back to racing. 2 laps in, 2 laps in. Hey, Chris, I got a question to ask you. Didn't you tell me your friend down there, your buddy, the Cleveland Browns guy down there, was going to wear a Pittsburgh Steelers shirt tonight?
I thought he was going to wear a Steelers shirt, but he didn't. Green flag in the air, Keller. Still side. Jacob Keller on the bottom. A.J. Andrews on the top. 3 laps complete.
We coming in on lap number 4 this time. 4 in, 4 to go. Jacob Keller, our leader still. A.J. Andrews and Mike Stringer. Great battle up front between Jacob Keller and A.J. Andrews.
Andrews trying to get into turn 3 a little deeper than Keller. It worked that time. He'll be your race leader at the line. A.J. Andrews trying to inch out in front of Jacob Keller. Mike Stringer right there in third. Battle for fourth between Chris Billiter and Justice Lenars.
This time they'll be coming in on lap number 6. Lap number 6.
3 wide, now a little contact between Stringer and Lenars as he sends him to the infield. Now he goes up and gets into the 42. Caution on the speedway.
Hey, Chris.
I see you've had a lot of guesses. Nobody's guessed it yet. I'll give you a clue. It's somewhere between 2000 and 2010. Green flag back in the air. A.J. Andrews, your race leader.
White flags coming out this time. A.J. Andrews, Chris Bettler, and Jacob Keller. Pittsburgh fans have to sit down, please.
We don't need nobody getting arrested at Midvale Speedway for booing the announcer.
Let's have a big, big round of applause for car number 19, A.J. Andrews. Brand new car here. Car number 100, Jimmy Raines. The 83 is Seth Gibson. 19, Gerald Aldheiser Sr. The 99, Jordan Gruhl. 13, Alan Boyd. And Jonathan Weber in the 85.
Once again, thank you to Jason Shaw for coming up with our 25th anniversary questions. And also, thank you to Lincoln for making up some Lincoln's Rustic Lemonade. And he even made 8-lap heat race number 4. Getting ready to go greenfield in turn number 3. West and Raines. Green flag in the air.
Okay, car number 100, Jimmy Raines takes that number 1 position. Jordan Gruhl in that number 2 position, and 11, David West in the number 3.
So Jim Raines out there, or Raines, sorry, in the 100 out there, first time out this year. Good looking race car out front. Gruhl in the second spot. Alan Boyd up to third. And it moved Weber up to the fourth spot. Oh, Boyd spins off of turn number 4.
We got caution on the track. Caution's back out on the track once again. Third compact heat race. White flag's out.
Field in turn 4, Jimmy Raines and Jordan Gruhl. Green flag in the air. Gruhl to the outside of Raines. Jonathan Weber right there in the third spot. Good battle up front. Coming to 3 laps complete. 5 to go in our final compact heat race. Weber up to second. Now all over the rear deck lid of that number 100 of Jimmy Raines. Halfway home, 4 in, 4 to go. Speeding ticket for the 100 of James Raines. Jim Raines going to get the speeding ticket 2 laps under his qualifying time. New race leader Jonathan Weber.
We'll be coming in on lap number 6 this time. Lap number 6. And our new race leader, car number 85, Jonathan Weber. Jordan Gruhl second, and Gerald Aldheiser in the 19 up to that number 3 position.
White flag for Jonathan Weber.
Okay, that comes around turn number 4. It's going to be car number 85, Jonathan Weber. The 99 of Jordan Gruhl second. Gerald Aldheiser is third in the 19. As he comes down the victory lane, ladies and gentlemen, let's have a big, big round of applause for car number 85, Jonathan Weber.
New Philadelphia, Ohio driver in the BNS Motorsports, Freeman's Cleaning, Buckeye Tire, Lee's Famous Recipe, Glass, sponsored number 85.
The 14, Flying Ryan Likens, and the 00 in the Moo Cow Special, Lily Impelzeri.
Green flag in the air. I don't think we're going to get a start there, but nonetheless, caution on the speedway. You've got the 14 of Ryan Likens, your fastest qualifier, setting a new track record in the Bandoleros here tonight. Ryan Likens all the way from field coming in for green. Good start that time by the youngsters. Green flag in the air. Chris Farrell and JT Prosser out front. Here comes Chloe Mazzagatti from the back. She's trying to get underneath Benson Feaster for the second spot. Chris Farrell out front in the 17. Look at Likens up the middle.
Flying Ryan Likens moves right on up. And it's Chris Farrell. Flying Ryan Likens up to that number 2 position. Benson Feaster in the number 3. Now looking on the outside, Flying Ryan Likens looking to take that number 1 spot away as they come around turns 3 and 4. It's going to be Flying Ryan Likens in the number 1. Chris Farrell second, and Lily Impelzeri looks like she's up to that number 3 position. Okay, that's lap number 4. Flying Ryan Likens up to that number 1 position. Lilium Pelzeri second, and Chloe Mazzagatti is in the number 3 position.
Chloe Mazzagatti to the inside of Lily Impellizzari for the second spot. Move Chloe Mazzagatti to second. And here comes the 34 of Lucas Zywick. Zywick up to the third spot. Ryan Likens is doing exactly like Buddha said. He is flying out front, almost a full straightaway lead for the 14.
White flags out this time. 1 to go. Flying Ryan Likens, Chloe Mazzagatti. And it looks like it's going to be the Moo Cow, Lily Impelzeri, in that number 3 position.
Final time off turn number 4. Heat race winner of the Rad Air Bandos, Ryan Likens. Finishing second, going to be the 87 of Chloe Mazzagatti. Lily Impellizzari finishes third. Lucas Zywick in fourth. And finishing fifth, the 17 of Chris Farrell. Benson Feaster spins into the infield.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, as he comes down to victory lane, let's have a big, big round of applause for car number 14, Flying Ryan Likens. Finley and Don McCormick in the 19.
Green flag in the air for the Rad Air Legends. Bradley Weber out front. Here comes the 410 of Jersic on the bottom, and Derek Gakem in the 20. Ooh, little contact right there as Jersic goes around, and we got a couple more involved.
Cautions on the track. Cautions on the track.
So we will have a complete restart, no laps completed here in our Rad Air Legend Heat Race number 1. So once we get everybody lined back up and get ready to go, minus Brett Jersic in the 89, New Franklin, Ohio driver, and the Slot Bandits Lenny's fastest qualifier, out back with Donnie McCormick in the 19. Getting ready to go green, Jonathan Smith, green flag in the air, and we're underway. Ryan Jersic with the early lead, but here comes Aaron Mulrooney Jr. Mulrooney to the inside. Race leader, lap number 1, Aaron Mulrooney in the 2. Ryan Jersic second, Nick Galata in third. And Evan Finley to the inside of Weber for that 4th spot.
Coming in on lap number 2, Aaron Mulrooney, our leader. Ryan Jersic and Nick Galuda in that top 1, 2, 3.
The 77 of Galata in on the inside of Jersic, and that's going to open up the door for Evan Finley as well. So look for Jersic to drop back to the 4th spot in that 410.
We coming in on lap number 4 this time. Lap number 4, 4 in, 4 to go with our Rad Air Legend Heat Race. Aaron Mulrooney out our leader, Nick Galuda, then Evan Finley now up to that number 3 position.
Still status quo up front 4, 5, and 6, all single file. Aaron Mulrooney, your race leader with 2 to go.
As they come around turn number 4, it's going to be car number 2, Aaron Mulrooney, Nick Galuda second, Evan Finley, and Ryan Jersick in that number 4 position. Okay, as he comes down to victory lane, ladies and gentlemen, let's have a big, big round of applause for car number 2, Aaron Mulrooney Jr.
Fairlawn, Ohio driver in the Vans Auto Service and Tire Pros.
Snyder. The 14 is Tyler Kish. Steve Haas in the number 50. The 9 is Daniel Hall. And the 84 is Randy Burns.
If you guys notice the little yellow ribbon hanging out of the back of those machines, that signifies their rookie driver getting ready to go green. You see the yellow streamer out the back of the 76 of Kelly. Rookie driver in that 76 on the high lane. Chuck Witt on the bottom. Here comes Tyler Kish. Kish in the 14 thought about the race lead inside Witt, but Witt closed the door. Chuck Witt going to lead lap number 1 in the 43. Tyler Kish up to second. Here comes Daniel Hall up into the 3rd spot. Dan Hall into 3rd. Kelly back to the 4th spot in front of Haas in the 50.
Now Chuck Witt, Tyler Kish fighting it out now. Tyler Kish goes out to take that number 1 position. Daniel Hall second, and Chuck Witt goes back to the number 3. We got a spin in turn number 1. Trouble in the hen house on turn number 1.
Green flag in the air. Tyler Kish, your race leader. Here comes Dan Hall in that number 9. Kish moving up the racetrack, trying to close the door on the 9 of Hall.
Coming in on lap number 4. 4 laps in, 4 to go. Tyler Kish, our leader, now on the inside of Dan Hall. Looks like that car number 50, Steve Haas. He wants that number 2 position. Dan Hall back to the number 3.
Haas making his debut at Midvale Speedway from Barbersville, West Virginia. Making the toe up, and he's running in that 2nd spot behind Tyler Kish.
Well, we got him all the way up here from West by God, Virginia. Coming in on lap number 6, 2 laps to go. Okay, white flag will be coming out this time. Tyler Kish, our leader. Steve Haas and Dan Hall in at number 3.
Off turn number 4, Tyler Kish gonna hang on for the win over Steve Haas. Daniel Hall finishes 3rd. Randy Burns 4th. Matt Snyder rounding out the top 5.
As he comes down to victory lane, ladies and gentlemen, have a big, big round of applause for car number 14, Tyler Kish.
Middlefield, Ohio driver. In 9 of Gary Whipke, those 5 getting ready to go green. Chief starter Terry Coletti, green flag in the air. Bob Snyder up the racetrack a little bit. Grubb's going to have the race lead. Mazzagatti to second. Bob Page up to third.
Coming in on lap number 2 this time, Chris Grubb, Mike Mazzagatti, and Bob Page. Now Bob Page on the inside of Mike Mazzagatti, looking for that number 2 position.
Mazzagatti got loose off of turn number 4, allowed the 59 of the whip to get to the bottom. He'll take over the 3rd spot behind Page and race leader Chris Grubbs. Halfway home.
Coming in on lap number 4 this time, Chris Grubbs our leader, Bob Page, and the whip, Gary Whipke in the 59, number 3. White flag will be coming out this time. Chris Grubbs our leader, Bob Page and Gary Whipke, top 1, 2, and 3. White flag's out, 1 lap to go. As he comes through, take the checkered flag, car number 25, Chris Grubbs. Bob Page in that number 2 position, Mike Mazzagatti 3rd, Bob Snyder 4th, and Gary Whipke in the number 5. As he comes down to victory lane, ladies and gentlemen, let's have a big, big round of applause for car number 25, Mr. Chris Grubbs.
Alliance, Ohio driver in the G&H Construction, UFO Francis Engineering, FLF Race Cars, and McIntosh Oil Company sponsored. Number 25 in Ohio Solar Connection victory lane.
Ladies and gentlemen, I was just informed in our concession stand, we now have peanuts for sale. The brand new item here at Midvale Speedway, peanuts. And now you know what peanuts goes good with? A nice cold beer.
Also coming up on July 2nd, we are going to have people parking cars in the parking lot, and they are asking to make sure that you follow their directions. So if you come back on July 2nd, which we hope you do, we hope that you follow their directions in the parking lot. Thank you.
Car number 4E is Paul Holmes. 69 is Denny Benjamin. The 0 is Riddle Me This, Mr. George Riddle. 45, Kevin Gardner. 4 is Bob DeVore II. 69, Bob Etchell. The 62, Caleb Swanson. And Brendan Lucius in the 39.
Green flag in the air. Denny Benjamin almost into the fence on the front straightaway. Paul Holmes, your race leader, and here comes George Riddle to the inside.
Riddle Me This. In that number 1 position, it is George Riddle. Denny Benjamin second. Kevin Gardner in the 45 is third. This time we'll be coming in on lap number 4. Lap number 4, the 0 of George Riddle out in that number 1 position. Denny Benjamin second, and Kevin Gardner in the 45 is third.
George Riddle way out in front in the 0. The 69 of Denny Benjamin still in second. Good battle for that second spot between him and Kevin Garner.
This time we're coming in on lap number 7. White flags out, white flags out. George Riddle, our leader. Kevin Gardner, then Denny Benjamin third. Coming through to take the checkered flag, the 0 of Riddle Me This, George Riddle. Kevin Gardner second, Denny Benjamin third, and Bob DeVore, the second, is fourth.
So I just want everybody here at Midvale Speedway to get ready to give a big round of applause. We've only had 4 ownership groups here at Midvale Speedway, of course, now under Randy and Kim Smart. But John Chapman is here. He's over in turn number 3. Also, Bear Swartz and Karen Swartz. And how about Randy Smith over there in turn number 3? So a big round of applause for those guys who have helped make Midvale Speedway possible. Aaron Karen Swartz, Randy Smith, John Chapman, and of course the Talati family who built this speedway back 70 years ago this year, all here at Midvale Speedway. Pretty cool to have all of the ownership families for the most part here at Midvale Speedway tonight. Pretty cool deal. How about a big round of applause for all of them, huh? Back straightaway, Kenny Feaster Jr., feature winner already this year. The Rooster, Brandon Bailey on the outside. Bob Page, your champion from a year ago. Slick Willie Walker in the 50. McClintock, your fastest qualifier. And Nick Grubbs, and we're green. Underway in the modified heat race number 1. The Rooster, Brandon Bailey, out to the race lead. Feaster still going to be there in that inside lane. Bailey is clear if he wants it. He'll clear the 13 and lead that number 1.
Coming in on lap number 2, Brandon Bailey's out on number 1 leader. The 13 of Kevin Feaster Jr., followed by the 49 of Bob Page.
Halfway home, 4 in, 4 to go for the Rooster out front in the 55.
This time we'll be coming in on lap number 6 with 2 laps to go. Brandon Bailey, our leader, Kenny Feaster, and Bob Page. Okay, white flag will be coming out this time.
Off turn number 4, your winner, the Rooster, Brandon Bailey. Kenny Feaster Jr. second, Bob Page third, Nick Grubbs in fourth, and your fastest qualifier, Kevin McClintock, rounding out the top 5, the Rooster in victory lane.
As he comes down to victory lane, ladies and gentlemen, let's have a big, big round of applause for car number 55, Brandon Bailey.
Leesville, Ohio driver in the Vaughn's Pub and Grill, sponsor number 55, former champion here at Midvale Speedway, the Rooster. flag in the air, Kyle Lawson. And Teddy Oliver, the one-armed bandit, in the outside lane. Caution on the speedway, yellow caution on the speedway.
Okay, no laps in, no laps in. We're going to do it all over again.
Couple of guys taking scratch using this heat race as a hot laps driver in the 64. Kyle Lawson, Teddy Oliver, green flag.
Okay, Kyle Lawson in at number 6, take that number 1 position. Lewis McGrath second, Teddy Oliver in that 3, but now on the outside, here comes that car number 09 of Phil Cox.
Lawson has himself a feature win early on in the season. Lewis McGrath in second. Phil Cox just a tumultuous 2023 season in that 09. Come to the halfway mark, Lewis McGrath looking to the outside of Lawson for the race lead.
Come in on lap number 4 this time. 4 in, 4 to go with our modified heat race. Car number 6, Kyle Lawson, out in that number 1 position, but now coming on the inside, the 09 of Phil Cox looking to take that number 2 position. He drove it deep. He wants that number 1 position, but 66 of Lewis McGrath does not want to give up that number 2 position.
2 laps to go. Great battle for the top spot in heat race number 2. Lewis McGrath to the outside of Kyle Lawson. Phil Cox right there in the 3rd spot. White flag in the air. 1 to go.
Kyle Lawson driving the wheels off that number 6, trying to hold on to that number 1 position. As they come around turns number 4, it's going to be Kyle Lawson, Lewis McGrath, Bill Cox, and Lucas Ripley in the 0 in the number 4 position. Okay, let's have a big round of applause for car number 6, Mr. Kyle Lawson.
Minerva, Ohio driver in the Valley View Forestry Metal Masters R&R Carb Service, American Maintenance, and People's Racing sponsored. Number 6.
Okay, car number 75, Bob DeVore II. The 34, Conrad Yoder. The 74, Bob Passwater Jr. The 21, Christina White. 45, Cody Stoll. And number 2 is Vanessa McCreary.
Bobby DeVore II, Conrad Yoder on the front row, coming to green. Chief starter Terry Coletti, green flag in hand, and we're underway. Heat race number 3. DeVore and Yoder still side by side for that race lead. Here comes Passwaters Jr. in the 74.
Okay, Bob DeVore the second is our leader. Conrad Yoder, then Bob Passwater Jr. in that 1, 2, 3 position.
Halfway home this time around, Bobby DeVore hanging on out in front in that 75. 4 in, 4 to go.
Bob DeVore holding on to that number 1 position. Conrad Yoder and Bob Passwater Jr. 1, 2, 3.
White flag for Bobby DeVore, Conrad Yoder, Bob Passwaters Jr.
Okay, coming across to take the checkered flag, car number 75, Bob DeVore the second. The 34 of Conrad Yoder and Bob Passwater in the 74 is third. As he comes down to victory lane, ladies and gentlemen, let's have a big round of applause for Bob DeVore the second.
Midvale, Ohio driver in the rent-to-own DeVore's Auto Repair sponsored number 75 in Ohio. Solar Connection Victory Lane, week number 7, mid-season championship night at Midvale Speedway. Again, thank you to Winfield Power Equipment on State Route 250 in Strasburg, McIntosh Oil, BP Photography, 99.9 WTUZ Radio, Performance Towing, Akron Coach Towing, and Mid-Vid Racing Videos.
Okay, now we're coming out with our street stock division. Car number 55 is Kyler Bertram. Tad Grove in the number 8. The 3 is driven by Kyle Grove. Bob Page in the 67. 21, Brady Cart. Bob Passwater Sr. in the 75. And in the 58, Zach Koger.
Green flag off of turn number 4, Grove and Bertram. Kyler Bertram on the bottom. He'll have the race lead by a nose off of turn number 2. With the Grove brothers all over that 55. Kyle Grove trying to get to the inside of brother Tad for second. Kyler Bertram leads lap number 1.
Kyler Bertram holding on to that number 1 position. The number 3 of Kyle Grove in second, and Tad Grove in the 8 in the number 3.
Kyler Bertram opened the bottom, and Kyle Grove will fill it. New race leader, Kyle Grove.
This time we'll be coming in on lap number 5. Lap number 5. Kyle Grove is our leader. Tad Grove second. Kyler Bertram goes back to that number 3 position. This time white flag will be coming out. 1 lap to go. Kyle Grove, Tad Grove, Bob Page, and Kyle Bertram goes back to the number 4 position. He's going backwards.
Final time off turn number 4. Your heat race winner, Kyle Grove. Tad Grove finishes second, then Bob Page, Kyler Bertram, and Zach Koger.
As it comes down to victory lane, ladies and gentlemen, let's have a big, big round of applause for car number 3, Kyle Grove.
Yorksville, Ohio driver in the El Poblito Mexican Cuisine, Buckeye Tire and Brake, Zippy Cat, Cat Condos, Affordable Towing, Car Time Express, Quaker Drive-Thru, sponsored number 3. Hall of Famer Roger Liner, Jolly Roger in the stands. Hey, aren't you supposed to be teching something? All right.
Car number 1, Brian Smith. 64, Luke Porco. 73, TJ Dreyer. The 00, Vinny Tattarelli. The 19, Scott Lindell. 32, Cody Colmar. This is our second street stock heat race of the evening.
Bryant Smith, Luke Porco on the front row, field in turn number 3. Off turn number 4, green flag in the air. Bryant Smith will have the race lead in the Gremlin. Down the back straightaway and into turn number 3. TJ Dreyer trying to take over that second spot from Luke Porco, and Vinny Tantarelli in the grocery getter right there in the 4th spot.
Brian Smith still out as our leader. TJ Dreyer in that number 2 position, but here comes Vinny Tantarelli in the grocery grabber. And at number 3, Cody Colmar up to that number 4 position. That was lap number 4. 4 in and 4 to go. Brian Smith, our leader. Now the grocery grabber, Vinny Tantarelli, up to that number 2 position, but here comes Cody Colmar in that number 3 position.
Speeding ticket for the number 1 of Bryant Smith. 2 laps under his qualifying time. Bryant Smith to the pits, new race leader, Vinny Tantarelli.
This time the white flag will be coming out. Vinny Tantarelli in that number 1 position. Here Cody Colmar's looking on the outside in the number 32.
Cody Colmar, last week's feature winner, to the outside of Tantarelli. Tantarelli able to hang on one last time into turn number 3. Colmar going to try the crossover, can't get there. Checkered flag, Vinny Tantarelli. As Scott Lindell spins out in turn number 4.
Vinny Tantarelli in the grocery grabber, the 00.
Yorksville, Ohio driver in Lutz Body and Paint, Sutton Pump and Supply, Bonifay Built, Impulsive Ink, and Shaw Welding and Fabrication sponsored 00, Vinny Tantarelli in victory lane. Here on week number 7. Bob Johnson getting ready to go. He starts on the pole, uncharacteristic, bad qualifying time. Scott Lindell on the outside, green flag in the air.
Coming in on lap number 2, it's Bob Johnson.
Speeding ticket for Bob Johnson. I just said he had an uncharacteristic bad qualifying time, and the 99 going to get the speeding ticket. He'll be sent pit side. New race leader of the 17 of Beavers. He's in a McLean sandwich in turn number 3, or turn number 1 rather, and now they get into him.
That was a good save there by the 17.
Beavers hangs on to it.
Well, looks like Ed 06's rubber band started winding down. He's losing ground real quick. 443, Eddie McLean in that number 1 position to 442. Brady McLean and Josh Beavers in the 17 is 3. Will be coming in on lap number 6 this time, lap number 6.
Eddie McLean, your race leader. Brady McLean, 2nd. Jake Beavers, 3rd. Scott Lindell, 4th. White flag in the air for Eddie McLean, last week's feature winner. Checkered flag, Eddie McLean, your winner. Brady McLean finishes 2nd. Jake Beavers, 3rd. Scott Lindell in 4th.
As he comes down to victory lane, ladies and gentlemen, let's have a big, big round of applause for truck number 443, Mr. Eddie McLean.
Carrollton, Ohio driver in the Napa Auto Parts, Joe Mack Truck Bodies and Cranes, Snyder Home Improvement, Cindy
will make the A main feature tonight. Okay, car number 84, Scott Witten. The 3's Justice Lenars. The 42, Damian Andrews. The 19, A.J. Andrews. 37X, Jacob Keller. The 85, Jonathan Weber. The 13, Alan Boyd. The 19, Gerald Aldheiser Sr. The 19, Jordan Grohl. 83, Seth Gibson. 11, David West. And the 04, Mike Stringer. Okay, white flag's out. 15 laps we're going with our B feature.
Scott Witten, Justice Lenars, top 4 transfer to the A main later tonight. On the front row, the Andrews brothers, Damian and AJ in row 2. Keller in row number 3 with Jonathan Weber. Green flag in the air. Oh, going to be 3 wide into turn number 3. Here comes the 42 of Damian Andrews. He's going to sweep around and take the race lead. Damian Andrews, 3 wide move to the front. Caution for Aldheiser and Stringer in turn 4. So complete restart coming. Able to join the tail end of the field. 20-lap timer, or the 20-minute timer is already running, so 15 laps or 20 minutes, whichever. We'll try it again. Field in turn 3, Scott Witten, Justice Lenars. The Andrews brothers in row 2. Green flag in the air. Witten and Lenars still side by side. Damian Andrews going to be shut off from that 3-wide move this time around. Still side by side for the race lead in turn 3 and 4. Off turn number 4, lap number 1. Scott Witten, your race leader. Here comes Justice Lenars in the 3L machine, still on the outside of Witten. Andrews trying to find a hole to sneak up through both of them. 2 laps complete. Witten still your race leader. Still a great battle up front between Witten, Lenars, and Andrews for the race lead. Top 4 transfer right now. Keller has it with AJ Andrews in a battle for that transfer position. Now here comes Damian Andrews trying to get to the outside of Witten as he's inside of Lenars. Three wide in turn number 1. Damian Andrews said, "I've had enough of this, guys. I got to go." Damian Andrews to the front. Damian Andrews, Scott Witten still battle for the race lead. Justice Lenars in 3rd, Jake Keller in 4th. Those 4 transferring right now. 9 laps on the board, 9 complete. What a battle up front between Scott Witten and Damian Andrews. Those 2 have pulled away a couple car lengths over Justice Lenars, and Keller has fallen into the clutches of Mike Stringer and AJ Andrews. Caution on the speedway for the 100 of James Raines. Problems for the 100. Caution on the speedway, interrupting a great battle up. Regardless, the 42 of Damian Andrews, your race leader.
The announcers in the tower is always the last to know.
Ain't that the truth? Scott Witten in 2nd. Ronald Button in the 3L. 3 wide, Jacob Keller shuffles the 84 of Witten out, and here comes the 04 of Mike Stringer. A little change-a-rooski of the transfer positions with 2 laps to go.
Damian Andrews is our leader. Justin Lenars, Mike Stringer, and Jacob Keller now moved up to that number 4 position. White flag will be coming out this time with 1 lap to go.
Mike Stringer looking to the inside of Phil Bunton Jr., not able to take over that second spot. Damian Andrews going to get the victory. Bunton will finish second, Stringer in third, and Jacob Keller in fourth. He'll transfer.
Well, the top 4 will advance to the A main. This will be Damian Andrews.
Lane and Nicole's Creations Crazy Wayne sponsored. Number 42, your winner, Damian Andrews. I'm going to start calling you the B Feature Bandit.
Oh, come on now.
Well, I mean, this thing, I'll tell you what, when you get it out front, it handles pretty good, man. You were trying to make that 3-wide move there on Scott. I thought, uh-oh, you got him on the first time, but he closed the door on the second one.
Oh, yeah, that door closed quick the second time.
Yeah, it did. So what do you think, man? What do you got for him in the A feature coming up?
Hopefully something. Hopefully I can get it rolling on the top side like I did in the B and try to move up there.
Who you want to thank, man?
I want to thank everybody back there, my mom, my dad, my stepdad, Scott, my brother, his girlfriend, my sister. They get me out here, and that's all that matters. It's like counts, and this is just extra credit.
Congratulations, man. Welcome back to Victory Lane.
Thank you.
Your B feature winner, Damian Andrews. Easter in the Mustang, Jacob Moody in the Honda Civic, green. Well, it looks like the rice grinder had the jump off to start. We'll see if the Mustang has anything. I don't think Mustang's got nothing. Shoot. The Honda Civic just dusted that Ford. Jacob Moody going to advance. Caught in the Audi. Getting ready to go green. And here we go. Maybe this will be a better race. Oh, it's already a better race. Lippincott on the outside. Donovan Lewis on the bottom. Into turn 3. Lippincott. Is he going to try the crossover? Yeah, he's going to look like he... Nope. Moving on, Donovan Lewis. And Valen Kramer on the top. Green. Kyle Finlayson is never going to live this down if he loses to a Fiero. Okay, the Mini Cooper's pulling out now. Let's see what the Fiero's got. Oh, into turn 3. The Fiero on the high side. And, all right, Finlayson will save face as he beats a 40-year-old car. So Matthew Miller on the bottom in the Honda Civic. Gavin Roop in the Honda Odyssey. Wow. Who knew the Honda Odyssey had takeoff power? And I guess if you're hauling a bunch of kids or whatever, I guess you got to have the power, right? Are you kidding me? A Honda Odyssey is going to move to round 2. Oh, jeez. All right, move Gavin Roop on. Matthew Miller. Dan Herron in the truck. Brian Oliver. Yeah. I can't see anything. I don't think Brian Oliver can either. All right, Dan Herron going to move on. Oh, well, yep. Oh, boy. Dan Herron wins. Looks like Lenars has already put that Malibu through the business. Yeah. Justice, just make a right-hand turn here. Just go right. He didn't. I think Moody could probably idle to victory here. All right, let's see what happens off of turn 2. Donovan Lewis pulling away from the Mini Cooper. 2, 3, and 4. Donovan Lewis going to advance. No. Here we go, Dan Herron. Gavin Roop, go to the pits. Jeez, Pete. Dan Herron going to move on. All right, how about Donovan Lewis? Oh, and here we go. Oh, here we go. Jacob Moody just gets down the chute a little bit better than everybody else. Off the final corner, Jacob Moody. Like I said he'd do. Jacob, cover your mouth. Green. Oh, is he going to go up? Don't go up the racetrack. Oh, jeez. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Dan Herron wins. And Jacob Moody in the fence. And Jacob Moody is out. He's okay. Jacob Moody out and okay over in turn 4. Oh boy, I don't think his Honda Civic's in good shape though. Jeez, that's 2 weeks in a row for the spectator drags. Hey, so the inside lane was the right lane.
I don't think it matters when you hit the wall.
Well, it doesn't matter when you hit the wall. That's correct. But so was you trying to just smog him out and get him a little fuzzy-minded before you started with the diesel exhaust?
You just got to make up a little time where you can. So they're a little lighter, so I had to have a little bit of an advantage here somewhere.
You did, man. This thing was good. Did you know he was on the outside going down the back straightaway? Got a little tight back there.
Yeah, I was trying not to run him high going down in 3 and 4, but I kept it down there. He just couldn't hang with me, I guess.
Congratulations, man.
Thanks.
Your winner, Dan Herron.
Raceway is our Rad Air Bandoleros. I'll be going 15 laps around Midvale Speedway. Okay, the 178 is Benson Feaster. 87, Chloe Mazzagatti. The 34 is Lucas Zywick. The 14 is Flying Ryan Likens. The 18 is Michael Mazzagatti. The 00 is the Moo Cow, the Night Cow. Here next week as a pace car.
We're going to have to commit him then. Benson Feaster, Chloe Mazzagatti getting ready to go green. Green flag in the air. Chloe Mazzagatti, last week's feature winner. Ryan Likens in the 14, your fastest qualifier. They're nose to tail. Benson Feaster has the race lead. Chloe Mazzagatti trying to get to the bottom. Benson Feaster, Lucas Zywick right there in the 34. Chloe Mazzagatti making a bid for the race lead, and here comes flying Ryan Likens in the 14. Benson Feaster trying to hold him up on the racetrack there, Buddha, but Ryan Likens coming around the outside, new race leader.
New race leader, flying Ryan Likens in that number 14. Benson Feaster second, Chloe Mazzagatti third. And now looking on the inside is car 34, Lucas Zywick of Chloe Mazzagatti. Now Lucas Zywick goes up to that number 3 position. Flying Ryan's just walking away with the field. Here comes car number 34, Lucas. Caution's on the track. I didn't see that caution for number 17, Chris Farrell.
Birthday is on Monday, so Gary always yells at me because he always buys a cake for his birthday, so I decided to buy one this year. Oh, now they're arguing over Matt and Gary buying cake as we get ready to go back to green, and we're not going to have a start. Benson Feaster a little jumpy on the trigger.
Caution on the track. No start, no start.
Green flag back in the air of the Rad Air Bando feature. Ryan Likens, your race leader. Benson Feaster second. Chloe Mazzagatti, Lucas Zywick battle for that 3rd spot. And Lillian Pellizzari battling for the 5th spot.
Flying Ryan Likens flying out in that number 1 position. Benson Feaster second. Lucas Zywick up to that number 3 position.
Ladies and gentlemen, we just witnessed the best Matthew Helms impression by Mackenzie Morrison in the tower that I've ever heard. So if you see Mackenzie out there, make sure that you see her and ask her to do her Matthew Helms impression. Ryan Likens out in front, 5 laps complete. Coming in on 6, Lucas Zywick up to 2nd. Chloe Mazzagatti, Lily Impellizzari, and Benson Feaster. Your top 5, Michael Mazzagatti and Chris Farrell out there. JT Prosser pulls his number 11 to the pits.
Coming in on lap number 7, and it's flying Ryan Likens, Lucas Zywick, Chloe Mazzagatti, and Lily Impellizzari.
No standing in the aisleway, Cameron. Caution on the speedway, Chris Farrell off of turn number 2. Chris Farrell on the 17. Racing 8 laps in. Ryan Likens, your leader.
Okay, flying Ryan Likens in that number 1 position. Lucas Iwick second, and Lily Impelzeri in the Moo Cow goes up to that number 3 position. Coming in on lap number 10 this time, lap number 10. We'll be coming in on lap number 12 this time. Lap number 12, Flying Ryan Likens, Lucas Zywick, and Lily Impelzeri in that number 3. Chloe Mazzagatti back to the number 4 position. That was lap number 13. White flag will be coming out this time with 1 lap to go. White flag's coming out. Flying Ryan Likens, Lucas Zywick, Lily Impelzeri.
Final time into turns 1 and 2 for Ryan Likens all the way from Dayton, Ohio. Making the tow up to Midvale Speedway about 3 hours. He's going to turn off of corner number 4 and take the twin checkers. Your feature winner, Ryan Likens.
Lucas Iwick second, Lily Impelzeri third, and Chloe Mazzagatti in that number 4th position.
Get a piece in there. Ryan Likens all the way from Dayton, Ohio to take his 2nd feature win at Midvale Speedway in the Rad Air Bandoleros. Again, we appreciate all you fans being patient with these kids. They are just kids. In the FTR Lewis Tools, Tent City Performance, Stewart Custom Graphics, sponsor number 14. Here's your Bandolero feature winner, Ryan Likens. Oh, yeah. I asked you the last time, it was a long ride from Dayton. Was it at least a nice ride home whenever you had a win?
Yeah.
So it's really going to be nice when you got that big trophy tonight, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, he says. So Terry told you, man, you make it look easy. Tell everybody, it ain't easy to drive these things, is it?
No.
Who you want to thank on this 14 tonight, buddy?
Redhead Racing, Family Tradition Racing, Lewis Tools, Rylon Printing, and all my friends and family.
Congratulations, buddy. Good job.
Thank you.
Your winner, Ryan Likens.
'64, Ian Porco. The 09, Phil Cox. The 0, Lucas Ripley's Believe It or Not. 13, Kenny Feaster Jr. The 55, Brandon Bailey. 49, Bob Page. The 50, Will Walker. The 24, Nick Grubbs. The 38, Kevin McClintock. The 66, Lewis McGrath. The 49, 0, Teddy Oliver. The 6 is Kyle Lawson. 34, Conrad Yoder. 75, Bob DeVore. The number 2, Vanessa McCreary. Bob Passwater Jr. in the 74. And the 45 of Cody Stahl. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, when we get the white flag out, we want to have everybody stand up and wave to our modified drivers. Okay, everybody down as they come around turns 3 and 4. Let's all stand up and give our modified drivers a big wave to, and good luck. Wave to your drivers, your favorite driver. White flags out and 1 to go.
Wave lap at Midvale Speedway, another awesome crate modified field. Don't forget to come back on July 2nd, Sunday night, crate modified, street stocks, open modifieds, and a 70-lap Outlaw late model feature in the best fireworks show you've ever seen here at Midvale Speedway. Chief Starter Terry Coletti, green flag in hand. Ian Porco, ready to go, greens in the air. Ian Porco with the race lead off of turn number 2. Lucas Ripley to the inside of Philip Cox for the second spot. Lucas Ripley, little contact between him and Cox there. Ripley will have the second position. Race leader Ian Porco.
Ian Porco is in that number 1. Oh, we got caution on the track, caution on the track.
Will Walker got in deep into turn number 3, got into the 13 of Kenny Feaster Jr. Good job by Feaster to hang on to everything down there. The 13 former feature winner earlier this season. I think he won on opening night. Did Kenny Feaster Jr. Teddy Oliver guy chooses the outside. He goes all the way up, makes up a couple positions for the restart. They just can't make up spots in the same lane. So Ian Porco will be out in front by himself, and everybody behind the 64 will choose. Lucas Ripley chooses the bottom. The 09 of Philip Cox chooses the bottom. So the Rooster going to make up a couple spots. He's going to move up to the outside, see if anybody else does. Nick Grubbs back in the field. Grubbs will make up a couple spots. So everybody trying to get through the choose cone.
We're back to racing once again. About 1 lap in, and Ian Porco out in that number 1 position. Now Lucas Ripley, Phil Cox fighting it out for that number 2, 3 position. Who's going to get it? Who's going to get it? Is it Lucas Ripley or Brandon Bailey?
The Rooster, Brandon Bailey, digging in that outside lane, trying to get around former champion and fellow champion, Lucas Ripley. Both of those drivers champions here at Midvale Speedway in this division. Looks like Lucas Ripley going to win out this time. Move the Rooster back to 3rd. Lucas Ripley to 2nd. Now here comes Phil Cox trying to peek his nose inside of Bailey.
We'll be coming in on lap number 5 this time. Lap number 5. Ian Porco, Lucas Ripley, Brandon Bailey, and Phil Cox. Caution on the track once again. Caution's out.
50 of Will Walker, the 45 of Cody Stull in turn 3. So well back in the field. Both of those guys running in.
Okay, car number 50, Will Walker's charged with infraction. That's number 2 for him, so he's got to go to the tail end.
So Will Walker's second caution being charged with. 3 strikes and you're out at Midvale Speedway. So 3 strikes and you're out.
And Bob Page.
So looking at the host of veterans behind the youngster Ian Porco. Getting ready to go green, field in turn number 4. Green flag back in the air, 4 laps in. Oh, here comes the rooster. Brandon Bailey to the outside of Ian Porco. Battle for the race lead. Porco on the bottom, Bailey on the high side.
Ian Porco fighting to keep that number 1 position. Brandon Bailey on the outside, followed by Lucas Ripley. Ian Porco now gets that number 1 position back. Brandon Bailey goes back to that number 2.
Here comes Kevin McClintock. McClintock going to stick it in the outside lane. He's alongside Brandon Bailey for second. You know the old veteran and Kevin McClintock ain't going to sit behind anybody. He's going to the front. McClintock looking for second outside the rooster.
Ian Porco fighting to keep that number 1 position. Now Kevin McClintock on the outside. On the outside going down that back straightaway. He's looking to take that number 1 spot back. As he comes around turns 3 and 4, who's it going to be? Porco holds on.
Kevin McClintock in the outside lane, making it work up top. Who says there ain't 2 lanes here at Midvale? Kevin McClintock will tell you, just give me the lane and I'll go to the front. Ian Porco doing a nice job on the bottom side. Good clean racing up front in our modified feature with 10 laps complete.
Ian Porco out in that number 1. Now here comes car 55, Brandon Bailey on the inside of Kevin McClintock.
Kevin McClintock may have cooked those outside tires a little bit, trying to settle in, maybe cool things down before he takes another run at Ian Porco. But Brandon Bailey all over the back of that 38. Now McClintock going to be able to get to the bottom. So McClintock to the bottom. We'll see if he sits and rides a few laps. And now we got another caution.
Caution on the track. Caution on the track once again.
"12 laps complete." So again, taking a look at the replay, I can tell you the 2 cars involved were the 49 of Teddy Oliver and the 09 of Philip Cox. Turn number 2, Teddy Oliver was all the way inside the 09 and was up to the door when the 2 made contact. The 49 of Oliver was down on the rumble strips, but he was all the way alongside. So all the way up to the door, that was way far. That's his lane, and the 09 of Philip Cox charged with the caution. He will tag the tail end of the field. Teddy Oliver will get his spot back. Great job by the Mid-Vid Racing video crews. There's several angles from all over the racetrack to see that one. Good job, Mid-Vid Racing crew.
Okay, we got 12 laps in, 12 laps complete.
To the outside. We'll see if Brandon Bailey has anything for Ian Porco. Doing a whale of a job out front in his rookie season in that number 64. 12 laps complete, right at the halfway mark. Green flag in the air.
Look out, we got one in the wall up on turn number 1.
So call.
Well, Dr. Hook's coming out on the track, our Akron coach. Okay, Dr. Hook's hooking up Brandon Bailey to 55, and he'll be taking him to his trailer. Looks like he's done for the night. Pizza, whole pizza, walking tacos, coney dogs, the chicken sandwiches. If you haven't tried that chicken sandwich, ladies and gentlemen, you got to do it, that creamy chicken sandwich. It is delicious and out of this world.
Also, don't forget the Del Russo's truck out there as well, along with the lemonade stand. So lots of 18 laps to go. Ian Porco trying to hang on, just graduated a couple of years ago from Claymont High School, trying to bring home his first modified victory. Green flag in the air. Lucas Ripley got a good restart. Kevin McClintock did not. He must have spun the tires big time off of turn number 4. And now Lucas Ripley to the outside of Ian Porco. The big dog, Lucas Ripley, hunting in the outside lane. Porco hanging on.
But looking on the inside is Kevin McClintock, looking to take that number 2 position away from Lucas Ripley. Lucas Ripley seems like he gets a little bit loose on that outside. There they are, side by side, McClintock and Ripley.
McClintock trying to take back over that second position and set his sights on Ian Porco. 9 laps to go.
We're coming in on lap number 17, And now Kevin McClintock takes over that number 2 position. And Lucas Ripley goes back to that number 3.
Now we'll see if McClintock's going to take a look to the outside lane. He's got a couple laps to get it done on Ian Porco. The front 3 have separated themselves from Teddy Oliver just a little bit, and here goes McClintock. He's going to try and make a run at it.
As they come around turn number 4, Ian Porco fighting to hold on to that number 1 position. Kevin McClintock on the outside. Now they're going down the back straightaway. They're side by side. Is Kevin McClintock going to get it, or is Porco going to hold it? I think it's going to be, it looks like McClintock takes that number 1 position.
Kevin McClintock at the line, showing the muscle in the outside lane. Will he be able to get it done? Porco on the bottom, McClintock on the top. Kevin McClintock not quite clear. Ian Porco battling in that inside lane, and now McClintock's clear. What a run by the veteran on the outside to take the lead with 3 laps to go.
McClintock, now Porco back to second. Lucas Ripley in that third position. That was a great run by Kevin McClintock. We're coming up on lap 23 this time, lap 23, with 2 laps to go.
Ian Porco did an amazing job, still sitting there in that second spot. But Kevin McClintock on a mission tonight as he'll take the white flag for the 38. Lucas Ripley trying to get around, and now we've got a caution in turn 4, caution in 3 and 4. Cars spinning everywhere over in 3 and 4. About to find out. Couple of veterans and a rookie.
We can actually say Ripley's Believe It or Not. Inside or outside, who's going to come through to take that checkered flag?
Green flag in the air, McClintock and Ripley. Off turn number 2, Kevin McClintock, your race leader. Ian Porco and Lucas Ripley battle for second. White flag in the air. Final time down the back straightaway. Kevin McClintock into turn number 3. Off of turn number 4, first feature win of 2023, Kevin McClintock.
Lucas Ripley second. Ian Porco third. Teddy Oliver fourth. Bob Page fifth. And Kenny Feaster Jr. takes that 6th position.
Well, other than being slowed by a couple lengthy cautions, pretty good modified feature to wrap up week number 7 for the modifieds at Midvale Speedway.
As he comes down to victory lane, ladies and gentlemen, let's have a big, big round of applause for car number 38, Kevin McClintock.
So pulling into Ohio Solar Connection victory lane, the old man. Consolidated Stitches Embroidery, Hans Place, Alicia Manley, MD, High Impact Tree Service, Van Meters Auto Repair, sponsors on the number 38. Talk. Hey, who says the fastest qualifier can't pass on the outside and win features here?
Nobody in a 38 car.
Nobody in a 38 car. You got it, dude. So the reason why you're a multi-time champion in multiple divisions is because I said I think Kevin should take the outside on this restart behind Porco, and you took the inside.
No, I just was trying to buy my time. Car was really good early in the race, and it just wasn't in yet on the outside. So whoever sprayed all that stuff all day and all that stuff, it works. I got to thank all my sponsors, High Impact Tree. I got 2 J's this year, Van Meters, all of them.
I get you, buddy.
Consolidating stuff. Tomorrow's Father's Day. He ain't here.
No, this is definitely a win for Dad. He was riding with you tonight, brother. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, enough of the interview.
All right. Hey.
Thanks, everybody.
All right. Congratulations. Your winner on Father's Day weekend, Kevin McClintock. So tomorrow is Ange and Kevin's anniversary. So getting ready to go green, Rad Air legends Ryan Jersick and Bradley Weber on the front row. 25-lap feature is green. Bradley Weber goes immediately to the bottom in the second spot. Ryan Jersick, your race leader. Weber in second, Aaron Mulrooney Jr. in third. Lap number 1 to Jersick.
Ryan Jersick in that number 1 position. Bradley Weber second. Aaron Mulrooney third.
Ryan Jersick, Bradley Weber, and Aaron Mulrooney Jr. Still your front three. Donnie McCormick, Nick Galata, Evan Finley, rounding out the top five.
Will be coming in on lap number 5 this time. Lap number 5. Ryan Jersick, our leader. Bradley Weber looking on the inside but could not make that pass. Now right up behind Bradley Weber's Aaron Mulrooney Jr.
Front three could throw a blanket over them. Donnie McCormick and Evan Finley a couple of car lengths behind. Front five all together on the racetrack as Evan Finley trying to get around McCormick for fourth. But a great battle up front. Everybody kind of minding their P's and Q's with 8 laps complete this time. Ryan Jersick, your race leader.
Now Aaron Mulrooney goes up to take that number 2 position away from Bradley Weber. Ryan Jersick still holding on to that number 1 spot. Aaron Mulrooney, Bradley Weber, and Evan Finley.
Ryan Jersick, your race leader. Mulrooney second. Weber third. Evan Finley fourth. They front four are pulled away from Donnie McCormick just a little bit in that 5th spot. McCormick and Nick Galata will battle for that top 5 position. And then Dan Hall behind them. 11 complete.
Aaron Mulrooney closing the gap just a little bit on Ryan Jersick. Bradley Weber in at number 3, and now to number 4 position, Evan Finley. Now Evan Finley goes up to that number 3 position, takes it away from Bradley Weber. Cautions on the track, caution on the track.
Caution on the speedway. We're going to have a speeding ticket for Ryan Jersick. Ryan Jersick, 2 laps under his qualifying time. Your race leader will now have to tag the tail end of the field as Ryan Jersick.
He can stay out there. Okay, we got 12 laps in. 12 laps in. Aaron Mulrooney is our leader.
Getting ready to go back to green flag racing. 12 laps complete. Green's in the air, Mulrooney and the 48 of Weber. Your last 2 feature winners here at Midvale Speedway. Up front, Aaron Mulrooney Jr., Evan Finley, the top 2. The Knox Racing boys, 1, 2, 3.
The Knox Racing team's up there now, number 1, 2, and 3. Aaron Mulrooney, Evan Finley, Bradley Weber, Nick Galuda, and Don McCormick. In the 19 is in that number 5 position.
How about Evan Finley on the outside? Can he get around Mulrooney? Not quite. They're dead even at the line.
Three of the Knox Racing cars fighting it out, 1, 2, and 3. Aaron Mulrooney's out in at number 1. Evan Finley, Bradley Weber. This is what you call brotherly love in the same house.
Evan Finley is clear of Aaron Mulrooney. No, he's not. Mulrooney fights back. Great racing in the legend cars up front.
We'll be coming in on lap number 19 this time, lap 19. Evan Finley trying to take that number 1 spot away from Aaron Mulrooney. This is what you call driving the wheels off the cars, 1 and 2.
Mulrooney starting to inch out. Weber now going to be to the inside of Finley for second. Mulrooney out to the race lead. Weber trying to take over second from Evan Finley. And here comes Nick Galata in the 77. About to be a 4-horse race with 4 laps to go.
Coming in on lap number 21, Aaron Mulrooney out in that number 1. Bradley Weber second. Evan Finley third, and Nick Galata in that number 4. Coming in on lap number 22 with 3 to go.
See if Weber's trying to cool those tires just a little bit behind Mulrooney and going to take another shot at him. Starting to run out of time. Aaron Mulrooney Jr., Bradley Weber, Evan Finley, your front 3 starting to pull away from Galata a little bit now.
This is lap number 23. We got 2 laps to go. White flag will be coming out next time. Aaron Mulrooney Jr. is trying to drive the wheels off that car. Bradley Weber right behind him. And Evan Finley. This is the house of the Knox. White flag's out this time.
Final time off of turn number 2. Aaron Mulrooney Jr. into turn 3. And off of turn number 4, third feature win of the year for Aaron Mulrooney Jr.
Bradley Weber second, Evan Finley third, Nick Galata fourth, and Don McCormick in the 19 is fifth.
Another good, clean, fast Rad Air Legend feature at Midvale Speedway. Aaron Mulrooney Jr. third feature win at Midvale Speedway in 2023. He opened the door of a race car, but these cars have doors. Now he's climbing out. Here's your winner, Aaron Mulrooney Jr. Man, I'm telling you what, you got a big smile on your face. You and Finley and Weber had to be having a blast.
Yeah, it was a fun race with Evan Finley the whole time. I mean, there was a fair battle there for probably 5 laps, and it was a blast. I had fun doing it. Yeah, I'm just happy to come out on top. It was a rough one, so I'm just happy. You know, it's good.
Well, it looked like you guys were having a blast, man. This car has been bad fast since you brought it down here this year. Third feature win. Tell me about it, man. You got to be happy.
Yeah, our Vans Tire Pros number 2 Ford sedan did pretty good throughout the most of the day. Qualified 4th, which is kind of disappointing. But I definitely want to thank Knox Racing and Randy Burns for fixing our left front brake because we were having brake issues earlier in the day. We were able to get those fixed, and we ran our race, wanted to win it. We did that.
Congratulations, buddy. Welcome back to Victory Lane.
Yeah, it feels good to be back.
Your winner, Aaron Mulrooney Jr.
Okay, white flag will be coming out this time. Next time around, as they come around turns 3 and 4, the green flag will be out, and we'll be off with our 30-lap late model feature.
Going to probably add quite a few machines to this field for 70 laps and 7,500 to win in 2 weeks from tonight. It all starts right now, figuring it out. Chris Grubbs and Bob Snyder Jr., green flag in the air. Chris Grubbs with the race lead on the bottom. Snyder trying to battle back and sliding
Look
down
out,
the back
we got
straightaway.
trouble on the back straightaway. So we're going to have a complete restart, ladies and gentlemen. No laps in, no laps in.
Hoffman starting on the outside of row number 2. 30-lap feature. Chief starter Terry Coletti, green flag in hand, and we're underway again. Chris Grubbs out to the lead. Mazzagatti to the inside of Bob Snyder for the second spot. 1 lap complete. Chris Grubbs, your race leader.
on that lead. Bob Snyder second. Now Mike Mazzagatti comes up on the inside. He wants to take that second spot away from Bob Schneider.
Chris Grubbs holding a pretty wheel out front. Mike Mazzagatti got on the rumble strips there, going to give up the second spot to Snyder. The 4 and 69 being shown the black flags. They'll pull pit side. The 4E and 69 being showed the black flag to pull pit side. So getting through lap traffic, Bob Snyder Jr. Leader spins off at turn number 4.
Caution on the track. We got 6 laps in. The choose cone is coming out this time.
6 down, 6 down. Sorry,
Chris Grubbs is our leader. Mike Mazzagatti got charged with that infraction, so the 87 will have to go tail.
Getting ready to go back. Green flag racing, 6 laps complete. Chris Grubbs, your race leader. Green flag back in the air.
Okay, Chris Grubbs, Bob Schneider, Bob Page, and Jimmy Carter are your top 4 now.
Top break. The 90 of Emerson Huffman, problems for last week's feature winner, dropping all the way to the tail end of the field. I didn't mean to cut you off, Buddha. I'm sorry.
That's okay. You know, we're here co-announcing. We do it together.
Great battle up front. Bob Snyder Jr. and Chris Grubbs going at it up front as Huffman pulls pit side in the number 90.
Chris Grubbs, Bob Schneider, Bob Page, Jimmy Carter.
Bob Page right there in that 3rd spot. El Presidente 4th. George Riddle 5th. And don't forget about Whipke right there in the 6th spot. Right now the battle up front, Chris Grubbs starting to push up the racetrack a little bit. Getting into the 17 of Snyder.
Side by side as they come through the start-finish line. Chris Grubbs, Bob Schneider. Look out, look out.
Chris Grubbs gets up into Bob Snyder Jr. Bob Snyder Jr. spins around. Wild accident on the back straightaway, and everybody pulls away over there. A lot of damage from the 67 of Bob Page as he comes down the front straightaway. Wow, Buddha, I thought somebody was going over there.
I thought somebody was going upside down on that one. That was one heck of a smash up down there.
While we're under caution, taking a look at the replay, gray Chevy Silverado license plate HDT 1825, you need to move. White Dodge Ram JDU 4034, you need to move. So after looking at the replay, Bob Snyder Jr. and the 67 of Bob Page hit nose to nose, almost flipping Snyder up into the air. Bob Page, a lot of damage. Great job behind with Whipke, and Mid-Vid Racing Videos got an awesome shot, multiple angle shot of that one. Make sure you pre-order that DVD on this one, just like we did a couple of weeks ago. You're going to want to see it. But once again, Chevy Silverado HDT 1825 and a white Dodge Ram JDU 4035. You need to move immediately. You're blocking people in. Your vehicle's going to be towed, and the deputies, they're probably going to meet you out there already. Chris Grubbs being charged with the caution for going up into the 17 of Bob Snyder Jr. Absolutely, after looking at the replay, he got into Snyder. Once again, a white Dodge Ram.
Traction, so he has to go tail end. And 17 will be our new leader, Mr. Bob Schneider. The 65 of Jimmy Carter second, George Riddle. The 59.
And so was Dad down at Victory Lane, Mark Lucius.
Yes, they were, to bring Brendan Lucius on board with Taylor Whipke Racing.
Bob Snyder Jr., green flag in the air. El Presidente to the inside of Bob Snyder Jr. to the front, and here comes Gary Whipke.
Jimmy Carter out in number one position. Gary Whipke, and now here comes Brendan Lucius. Taylor Whipke Racing, 2 and 3.
I would say probably the two winningest active drivers, or at least most active, are leading this feature right now in Jimmy Carter and Gary Whipke. Whipke been around a long time, 5-time main event champion. Won a lot of races. He's closing in on the back of El Presidente. Good battle up front for the lead.
Jimmy Carter holding on to that number one position. Gary Whipke looking on the inside. Will he take it? No. It's Jimmy Carter, Gary Whipke, Brendan Lucius.
Gary Whipke hasn't gone to Victory Lane at Midvale Speedway in quite some time, and he's looking for the race win tonight.
Caution coming on track. Caution back out on the track.
Racing around these parts. Getting ready to go green, Jimmy Carter. Green is in the air.
Okay, Jimmy Carter as our leader. Gary Whipke second. George Riddle, followed by Brendan Lucius and Mike Mazzagatti now up to that fifth position.
Mazzagatti trying to get to the inside of Brendan Lucius, and the whip all over El Presidente. 10 laps to go this time. Veteran on veteran, about a half a straightaway lead. We'll see what happens with 10 to go.
This time coming in on lap number 21. Lap 21, Jimmy Carter, Gary Whipke, George Riddle.
Caleb Swanson in the 62, Carter and Whipke now being closed up by the 0 of George Riddle.
This time we'll be coming in on lap number 25. Lap 25, 5 to go in our late model feature. Jimmy Carter, Gary Whipke, George Riddle, and Brendan Lucius are your top 5 right now. Lap 28, we got 2 laps to go. Jimmy Carter, Gary Whipke, George Riddle, and Brendan Lucius.
White flag in the air. One final time for El Presidente and Gary Whipke. Final time through turns 3 and 4. El Presidente, Jimmy Carter to the win.
Gary Whipke second, George Riddle third, Brendan Lucius fourth, and Mike Mazzagatti.
El Presidente. Driving for the Iceman goes to Ohio Solar Connection Victory Lane in the Medina Mountain Motors. Mauer Power Coating, CNC, Mobile Engineering sponsored, number 65. In the CNC Wholesale, Medina Mountain Motors, Mauer Powder Coating, McIntosh Oil Company, Iceman number 65. One of the winningest active drivers in the area in late model racing in the state of Ohio, getting ready to climb out mid-season championship trophy. Finished second to probably the winningest driver, active driver. Getting ready to climb out your winner, Jimmy Carter. I told you this thing was looking sporty in practice. You told me, yeah, I think it's really good. Yeah, I'd say so, brother.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I was being easy in there, just I didn't know who was behind me or whatever, but it was really good. This one's for my dad. I lost him like a month ago with cancer, so this one's for you, Dad.
Absolutely. When you talk about the guy who was behind you, it was Whip, and he could get into the corners really good, but this thing really pulled from the apex off was really good.
It was really, really good. Like I said, I was being easy in. I didn't know if I was getting pressured. I looked back there a couple times. I didn't feel nothing, so I was just babying it, getting in.
Who you want to thank on the 65 tonight?
John Rohr, his son-in-law Jeff. I mean, heck, he lets me drive this thing, and it's a good piece. And all our sponsors, Medina Mountain Motors and the powder coating, and I own this CNC wholesale. So if you need a good car, good place to go.
Congratulations, buddy. I'm sure we'll see you in a couple weeks, right?
I hope so.
All right, we'll see you. El Presidente, Jimmy Carter in Victory Lane. For Dad tonight, on Father's Day weekend, always special to win. Jimmy Carter losing his father a month or so ago, so thoughts and prayers with the Carter family. But in Victory Lane tonight for Dad, got to be compact drivers. Brenton Irwin, Caden Scott, Brent Schreffler, Taylor Mazzolini, the front four. Getting ready to go green. Good field of compact cars here as we had a couple transfer up through. Damian Andrews and the 3L of and Phil Bunton in the 3L transferred up through. So getting ready to go green flag racing, white flag this time.
Okay, they're coming around laps 3 and 4. Now we're green, and we're off with our compact feature. Okay, our leader, Brent Irwin, Caden Scott, Brett Scheffler, and Jeremy Solinger in our top 1, 2, 3, and 4. We're going 20 laps around Mid-Vale Speedway with our compact feature. Brett Irwin, Caden Scott, Brent Scheffler, and Jeremy Solinger in the top 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now challenging on the outside, car number 62, Caden Scott, wanting that number 1 position away from Brenton Irwin. This time around, we'll be coming in on lap number 5. Brett Irwin, our leader, Caden Scott, Brent Scheffler, Jeremy Solinger.
Brenton Irwin continuing to hang on, holding off Brent Schreffler and Caden Scott. Jeremy Salinger, Corbin Robinson rounding out the top 5. Pretty good battle for that second spot behind Brenton Irwin. The number 9 of Gavin Rube is climbed up a little bit. He's up to the 8th position. He's on the inside of Justin Riley, just behind Blaze Bacon in the 57. So your fastest qualifier. Got some work to do.
Brent Irwin still our leader. Brent Scheffler, Jeremy Solinger, and Caden Scott is your top 4. This time coming around, we'll be coming on lap 10. Lap 10, 10 in, 10 to go. We're halfway home with our compact feature.
Brent Schreffler looking to the outside of Brenton Irwin, thought better of it, now tucks back in. Brenton Irwin trying to hold off one of the best in the business in the compacts, Brent Schreffler.
Brett Irwin still our leader. Brent Scheffler second. Jeremy Solinger third, and Corbin Robinson in at number 4 position. This time around, we'll be coming in on lap number 15. Lap 15 with 5 to go.
5 laps to go. Brent Schreffler said it's time to hit the loud pedal as he goes to the outside lane on Brenton Irwin. Irwin trying to hang on in the bottom lane.
Now Brent Scheffler coming on the outside of Brenton Irwin. Brenton Irwin still trying to hold on to that number 1 position. Brett Scheffler on the outside. Now Brent Irwin shut the door on him. This time around we'll be coming in on lap number 18. Lap 18 with 2 to go.
What a good battle these two have put on. Clean racing up front, side by side by the front two. White flag in the air for Brenton Irwin, trying to pick up his first A compact feature win. Trying to hold off one of the best in the business, Brent Schreffler, gives it another go in the outside lane. Off turn number 3 through 4, your winner, Brenton Irwin. Wow, what a win. What a good compact feature. How about that one? The youngster hanging on and beating one of the best in the business in Brent Schreffler.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's got to be one of the best compact features that's been run here at Midvale Speedway this year.
Pulling into Ohio Solar Connection Victory Lane in the Reichman Plumbing, Millwood Lumber, Boulevard Lanes, Scheffler Tuning Racer, 8 BP Photography, Lonzer Party Center, Lonzer Excavating. First fast compact feature win. Boy, he's got a boatload of people down here. Here's your winner, Brenton Irwin. And here comes the guy that he beat, Brent Schreffler. First and second on the roof of the car. You guys are going to screw up a good race car that just won a feature. All right, I'm not even going with the Dolphin, so we're just gonna go away from that. Go to the back here. So listen, I told everybody I talked a lot of crap to you this afternoon, didn't I?
Oh yeah, all the time.
And so I guess my crap talking worked because it got you to victory lane.
Just a little bit.
Congratulations, buddy. How did you hold off at 24, man? You did not put a wheel wrong.
To be honest, I have no clue. We just love each other and clean racing.
It was super clean. It had to be fun with holding off one of the best in the business, and Brent Schreffler. I mean, he is. Every time he comes down here, he's a threat to win. He tunes a lot of these cars. I don't know. You tell me, man.
It just feels great to actually beat Brent Schreffler for once.
Who you want to thank on this 23, bud?
I want to thank my mom and dad, my grandpa, my sister, Garrett, Anthony, Brent Scheffler, Haley, Tyler, Timmy Kalp, Nick, Scheffler for the fast tune, Josh Huff, and everybody else I missed. And all my amazing sponsors, DDR, Boulevard Lanes, Double G Machine, Laundry Excavating, Laundry Party Center, My Water Doctor, Reitman Plumbing, Scheffler Tuning. I think that's it.
How about Dad for Father's Day, the Father's Day setup, too?
Oh, yeah. Happy Father's Day.
Congratulations, buddy. First Fast Time feature winner, Britton Irwin. Robert Neely, your white Dodge is getting towed. You should have went out there and got it, but now you get to pay a tow fee. Green flag in the air. Vinny Tannerelli out to the race lead. Cody Colmar, last week's feature winner right there, and getting shuffled up was the 3 of Kyle Grove. Kyle Grove way up out of the groove. 1 lap complete. Vinny Tannerelli, your race leader, but here comes Cody Colmar, last week's feature winner, looking for 2 in a row.
As they come around turns 3 and 4, it's Vinny Tannerelli, Cody Colmar, and Tad Grove. Caution on the track. Caution on the track.
Looks like the 21 of Brady Cart and the 58 of Zach Koger over in turn number 1. So caution on the speedway 2 lap.